Hey brothers, welcome to Sacred Path for Men. Today I have a really heartfelt and personal message for the young men out there. My channel is really geared towards men who are recovering from divorce or in divorce and all of that, but this is a really important message that the young men need to hear, okay? So if you're a young man and you haven't been married yet and you're considering getting married, please listen up. And I want to preface this video by letting you know that I am pro-marriage. I absolutely support the institution of marriage. In fact, I'm so traditional that I not only believe, but I know that the best container to bring children into this world and to raise good, healthy children is with a mother and a father in a stable home. Can you believe that saying that is controversial today? I might get bullets for that. So if stating the fact that a mother and a father is the best, most stable situation to raise a child, if that angers you, please leave an angry comment below, because it'll really help the algorithm and push this out so the message gets out to more men and so that more young men are protected from the dangers that await them in the institution that we call marriage. Okay, let me get to it. We are, those of you who are lucky like me, lucky enough to live in the United States of America, we have a very important legal concept, and that is equal protection under the law. What that means is we are all equal under the law, and I love the fact that that is a foundational bedrock of our legal system in the United States. Well, guess what? There's one exception. That's marriage law. And just think about this. If you go into and start a business with a partner and you sign a contract and you're in a business relationship with that contract, or if you go to buy a piece of real estate and you sign a purchase contract, or if you go buy a car and you sign a contract to buy that car to finance it, if you back out on that contract, you are going to be held liable. You might be sued, and you are going to have to pay not only damages and legal fees because you broke the contract. Guess what? There is one contract that I know of. There may be, it's the only one I know of, but there is one contract in America where the person who breaks the contract more often than not gets rewarded, gets all the cash, gets all the prizes, and that is the marriage contract. Now, I have to preface that statement by saying in America today, the statistical evidence shows that between 60 and 70% of divorces are initiated by the wife, by the woman, okay? 60 to 70%. And then women will counteract and say, oh, that's because men are abusive. That's because it's men's fault. It's men's. Well, guess what? In lesbian marriages, there is an 80% divorce rate, okay? So that just knocks that out of the water. If lesbian marriages can't make it and they get divorced more than men, that kind of shows you really who the culprit is, okay? Now, I'm not saying that men are perfect. No, that's not what I'm saying. And quite often, many times, women do need to exit a bad marriage. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about a perfectly good marriage where you have married the woman that you fell in love with, right? You build a life, you buy a house together, you have children, you raise the children, and you're out there being a good man, a good, strong, solid husband, father, provider, and protector. And all of a sudden, let's say she turns 50 and menopause kicks in. All of a sudden, at the drop of a hat, because it's a day that ends in Y, she decides that she wants out of the marriage and she files for divorce. Guess what? That's the only contract where the person that most often breaks the contract, the wife, gets rewarded to do so. There is actually incentive today in America, and this is a strategy. Women actually use it. It is a strategy to get divorced I'm sorry, to get married, to have a kid or two with a good man, and then whenever you feel like it, divorce him and then live off of the alimony and the child support. If you don't believe me, you are living in la la land. This is happening all the time. And I'm gonna tell you what, I'm 60 years old, I'm from Generation X, and my entire generation of men has been decimated, destroyed by this very tactic. We didn't know, okay? The laws changed somewhere along the line, and then no fault divorce came in. It used to be that in order to get divorced, you had to prove to the court that there was grounds for divorce, like, abuse, betrayal, blah, 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 whatever. Now, you don't need any excuse. No fault divorce is the law of the land, and anybody can exit the marriage at any time and destroy the family, all right? And again, I am pro-marriage, and I really want to figure out, and that's something that we're going to have a conversation on this channel about, is how do we fix this? How do we change the laws? How do we make it so that it's safe for men to get married again? Because right now, with the laws set up as they are, and men being just put through a meat grinder of a legal process, losing everything, having false charges levied against them, that's common too. Having false charges filed against a good man so that he can't see his children. That happens so often. I can't tell you how many good men today write to me. They're living in their car or living in their van, working 2 jobs, paying alimony and child support because the woman that they loved and they pledged their eternal devotion to decided to pull the plug and destroy him. It happens every day. So, young men, I just want you to be aware going in that this is very, very dangerous. And you may have heard, you can get a prenup. I am not a lawyer, so I don't know enough about prenuptial agreements to comment on that. I would say I would not get married ever without one. Again, I got married and I got destroyed without a prenup. If you are going in, please talk to an attorney and see what your options are for a prenuptial agreement to protect you and to protect your assets. And you know what? I truly believe that when we change the laws and we protect men from this damage, that less divorce will happen. In fact, it happened in Kentucky. They removed the no-fault divorce, I believe, or something like that, and divorce rates plummet. If we remove the incentive for women to file for divorce because they know they're going to walk away with all the cash and prizes and live on easy street, we will save marriages. And to save marriages is in the best interest of our society and of our nation. And it's in the best interest of children. Because I'm going to say something really controversial here. It's really controversial. Children do best when they grow up with a mother and a father in the household. That is a fact, right? Even stating that fact in this weird world we live in is going to tick some people off. So if stating the fact that the best situation for children is having a mother and a father in the household, a stable household, if that makes you angry, please leave a really angry comment below. Please do so, because that'll boost the algorithm and get this message out to more young men who need to hear it. So we're going to continue this conversation in other videos, but I really wanted to get this out there. And if you know a young man who is contemplating marriage or thinking about getting married or is engaged, please send this video to them, because I don't want to see any more good men completely destroyed because somebody just changed their mind, okay? So stay strong, and brothers out there who are going through divorce and who are rebuilding, you are not alone, and you're worthy, and you're needed. So if you need help, reach out, go to the website, sacredpathformen.com, download the divorce guide, the divorce survival guide, And you can reach out to me to get a free 30-minute connection call so we can talk about your situation and how to help you. So I hope this helps. Please leave comments below if you have ideas and suggestions on how we can change this situation and protect men. I would really love to hear that. Until next time, stay strong. You are needed and you're wanted. All right. Peace out.